Okay, Kasif, let's start our topic now. Okay.
Yes.
So as per our discussion, we are going to start our first topic. You can say basic configuration, you can say, or initial configuration.
Right, right.
Okay. Okay, so what is a firewall? First, we can start discussion on Cisco ASA, but what is firewall?
Mm-hmm.
Firewall, what do you think about the firewall? Kashif, anything?
Yeah, in general, like it denies anything by default
Mhm.
until we allow anything
It's
explicitly.
deny anything by default, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But Kashif, it's depend upon vendor.
Okay, okay.
Depend upon
Right.
vendor. Okay. Okay. So what is firewall exactly? Firewall is just like a router. Remember always.
Mhm.
It's just like a router. For
Okay.
example, you can configure routing on router, right?
Mm-hmm.
NAT on router, VPN on router. So
Right.
these options you can configure on router, but same thing you can configure on firewall.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So firewall is just like a router, but we
Okay.
have some
Mm-hmm.
advanced feature option in firewall, which router cannot provide you.
Okay.
So firewall is a system, you can say, or group of system that manage access between network.
Mm-hmm.
What is between network? For example, in firewall, we can discuss this term is called inside network. Okay,
Okay.
inside, or you can say trusted network, inside
Okay.
network, or you can say we have LAN zone
Mm-hmm.
and WAN zone and
Okay.
DMZ network. What is DMZ
Okay.
network? Any idea, Kashif?
Yeah, it's like a demilitarized zone. So it's a kind of like the zone between for example, outside world and inside world. So,
Okay.
so anyone coming from outside
Mhm.
has to come through DMZ before he enters into our internal network.
No, he is not allowed to access internet.
Mhm.
Outside person is
Right.
not allowed to access, LAN. DMZ we are
Uh,
using, Kashif, DMZ we are using, for example, if we have web server, okay,
mhm.
or DNS server, or FTP
Right,
server, or
right,
SMTP
right,
server.
right.
So these servers I want to allow to my outside user,
Mhm. Right,
Because see, if I'm trying to allow anyone from the outside to access my LAN,
right,
so the traffic is coming from untrusted network.
right.
Traffic is coming from untrusted network. So it may be possible this outside user he can compromise my other devices in my LAN.
Right.
And in my LAN, I have some confidential server, my company
Mhm.
confidential servers.
Right, right.
So that's why we can create a demilitarized zone. Here we can put our servers, and these
Mhm.
servers I want to allow for my outside user.
Right.
So whenever they will hit, for example, if this outside user will hit onto this WAN interface. So as
Mhm.
per my configuration on firewall, my firewall will redirect this traffic onto the DMZ side.
Right, correct.
And see, we can do a lab because this is called destination net translation.
Right.
I can show you with practical how to redirect
Mhm.
our traffic.
Right, right.
So we have LAN zone, it's
Mhm.
called trusted network. WAN
Right,
zone is called untrusted network, and we have
right,
DMZ,
right,
demilitarized. Clear
right,
now, Kashif?
right. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
So
just to, I'm from industrial control system background, so generally, like it's bit different than IT.
okay.
So when I was telling from outside to inside,
Mm.
because generally it's needed. So for example, like remote access,
Yes,
we
remote
have to
access,
allow.
VPN.
Yeah, yeah. And second example, like for patch management, especially,
Mhm.
what happens like when it comes to industrial control system,
Mm.
we normally get qualified or tested security updates
Mhm.
from the vendors. So what
Mhm.
I mean by vendor, like there are big names, Honeywell, Emerson, ABB, Siemens. So just to give some idea, because there is some variation, like when it comes to industrial environments and IT environments. So again, the concept is same. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So now we can discuss firewall techniques. Okay. And these techniques are common. Kashif.
Okay.
For example, first technique is called packet filtering. Do you know about packet filtering? Packet filtering.
I have heard about it, but I don't remember,
okay,
to be
no
very
problem.
honest. Yeah.
It's a ACL, access control list.
Okay.
In Cisco router, you can implement ACL, access control list.
Okay.
ACL is what? ACL is a packet filtering firewall. So with ACL, you can filter your packet based on source, destination, services, protocol. So it's a common topic. Packet filtering is a common topic for any firewall device.
Okay. So
Cisco
when we say
AS,
packet, so what this like means in the background, because what happens, I normally forget this definition. I know the concept, like which you are telling now, like source, destination, protocol, and port number. So that's called packet filtering, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And see, how to implement ACL, we can discuss in our Cisco ASA firewall training. No problem.
Sure.
And if you want to revise your CCNA ACL, so I can revise.
No issues.
So now, what we have, it's a common topic. Packet filtering is a common topic for any firewall device. Like, in Cisco, you can say ACL. In Palo Alto, you can say security policy. In Fortinet, you can say firewall policy. In Cisco firepower threat defense, you can say access policy. So they all are the same, but in every vendor we have some different features, different options. But concept is same. We can filter our traffic based on source, destination, service, and protocol. Clear?
Right.
Second technique or second feature, you can say it's called stateful firewall feature, or you can say stateful inspection. So every firewall is using stateful firewall technique. What is stateful firewall technique? Let's start our discussion. With the topology. So we have a Cisco ASA firewall, for example. Okay, this is what Cisco ASA.
Right.
Remember, always Cisco ASA firewall always work with a concept is called security level. It's work with a concept is called security level. If you talk about Cisco FTD, Cisco Firepower Threat Defense, or Checkpoint Firewall Box, or Palo Alto Firewall Box, so they are working with a technique is called JBF, Zone Based Firewall. But Cisco ASA works with a concept is called security level. So what is security level? Wait. So this firewall device is connected with your LAN network, your trusted LAN network. A switch, and we have a LAN PC, and we have a WAN connectivity.
Right.
So, for example, this interface is fast Ethernet 0/0. This interface is fast Ethernet 0/1. So in Cisco ASA, if you go onto this interface and if you type this predefined keyword, predefined keyword. Predefined keyword is what? INSIDE. It's called inside. Kashif, it's a predefined keyword in Cisco ASA. If you type this keyword, so automatically this interface will get a security level 100. So security level range in between 0 to 100. Minimum is 0 and maximum is 100. So when you type this predefined keyword INSIDE onto this interface, so this interface will get the security level 0. And this interface is an outside interface or public facing interface. So here I'm using anything, your name, my name, anything. For example, I'm using outside. So automatically this interface will get a security level 0.
It's like fixed name.
It's a default. It's a default. I can show you. On firewall, I can show you. Okay.
Yeah.
Right now I'm telling you the concept, but it's a default.
So
inside is a predefined keyword. If you type this keyword, so automatically this interface will get security level 100. And here we are using not inside. You can use any keyword, like for example, outside. or WAN or untrusted network. So automatically this interface will get a security level 0. Clear?
So what this means, any keyword? So on the
it's a word, it's a name, only name. You can say name.
But the inside is fixed, like
inside is fixed. Inside name is fixed.
Okay, got it.
Now by default, traffic is allowed. By default, traffic is allowed from higher security level to lower security level. No need to configure any policy. On Cisco ASA, by default, traffic is allowed from higher security level to lower security level. And remember always only TCP and UDP traffic.
Okay.
Only TCP and UDP traffic.
Okay.
So traffic is by default allowed from higher security level to lower security level.
Okay.
So for example, this inside machine IP address is 192.168.10.1. This inside machine is trying to access outside this server. This is called 8.8.8.8, for example. So this traffic is going to hit onto the firewall box, right? Onto the firewall box. Now, whenever firewall will receive any traffic, it will verify that, okay, traffic is coming from higher security level, right?
Okay.
It can verify, firewall can verify, okay, traffic is coming from higher security level and trying to go to the lower security level. And by default, traffic is allowed from higher to lower. No need to configure any policy. So traffic is traveling. Clear my point? Traffic is traveling. No need to create any rule. By default, it's just you can purchase a box, you can add, you can define your interfaces. Done.
It will work. Okay.
Yes. But you know, when traffic is traveling through the firewall box, then firewall will maintain the state of connection in a table.
Okay.
State of this connection in a table is called state table, or you can say connection table.
Okay.
In state table, it maintains source IP, source port number, destination IP, and destination port number.
Okay.
So what is source IP address as per this scenario? 192.168.10. What is source port number? So let's take a random port number 52,000.
Correct.
Destination IP is 8.8.8.8. And destination port number, for example, 23.
Right.
So this is the traffic. This traffic is traveling to outside.
Okay.
No problem. And now when the traffic is traveling through the firewall box, then firewall will maintain the state of connection in connection table, you can see, or in state table.
Okay. So that means this is the live table, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
And I can show you on Cisco ASA firewall, I can show you this state table.
Right.
We have a command show connection. I can show you. Now, what about return traffic? Because 8.8.8 will give the reply, right?
Correct.
What about return traffic? Traffic is going to hit onto this interface.
Right.
So now you can see this interface has a security level 0. So onto this interface, we have a security level 0. And now traffic is trying to travel from lower to higher.
Right.
So by default, traffic is allowed from higher to lower.
Correct.
But lower to higher, if you go with the lower to higher, everything is denied.
Rejected.
Everything is denied.
Right.
So now when this traffic is going to hit onto this firewall box, then firewall, I told you, whenever firewall will receive any traffic, it will verify is this traffic is a part of any existing connection, because I have some information in my state table. Okay. I have some connection table in my state table. So now, is this traffic is a part of any existing connection? So firewall will verify, okay, this packet is coming from 8.8.8, okay, and this replies for 192.168.10.1. Okay, this is a reply packet. Okay, this is a reply packet. The traffic was initiated from inside. Okay, and this is just a reply packet. It's not initiated from the outside.
Okay,
just a reply packet. So firewall will verify, okay, I have a I have a connection information about this traffic. Yes, I want to allow. Okay.
Okay.
So the point is what? Whenever traffic is traveling through the Cisco ASA firewall device, through the appliance, then firewall will maintain the state of connection in connection table and then
Okay.
forward the traffic to the outside. When the reply
Okay.
packet will come, the firewall will verify this packet information in the connection table. If it is available, then allow, otherwise drop.
Okay. So one question here, what
Mhm.
if the port is different? Like for example, when the request went from inside to outside, the
Mhm.
port number was 52000.
Yes.
But when the
No, no.
reply
See, the
was, yeah,
reply is from what? Port number 23. Because
okay,
your request is what? You are requesting for port number 20. Destination port number is what? 23.
okay,
So it will verify, okay, source IP, destination IP, and what? Port number. As per this information, it can verify, okay, this is the part of my existing connection. How it can verify? It's a part of my existing connection. If traffic is coming from different port number, how it can verify? Maybe this packet is for this inside machine. We have multiple computers. Then how firewall will verify?
yeah.
This
So
return
actually,
traffic, this return traffic is for this inside machine. How? Because of source IP, destination IP, and port number.
yeah. So
Because
so just
this inside machine, he initiate the traffic for port number 23.
yeah, just on this table, because what is happening, source IP is 192, source port is 5000, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm looking at source port number 52000, what I'm assuming that 8.8.8 has to respond back to source IP on
And
port 52000.
exactly, yes, yes.
So what my question was here, now there is a different port number is there. Like when inside when LAN was going to outside world, it
Mm-hmm.
was using port 23.
Mm-hmm.
But when 8.8.8 was replying back to 192.168, it was using port 52000. So what my question
No,
was, the
then
port
firewall will
is
not allow. Then firewall will not allow. Firewall
uh
will not allow. See,
oh,
the point is
firewall will
what?
not allow. Okay.
Yes,
The
exactly. And
port
see,
should also be same, right?
yes,
Okay, got
exactly.
it. Now it's clear. It,
And
it,
see,
it cannot change.
yes, yes.
Okay, okay, got it.
Because behalf of connection table, firewall can verify this traffic was initiated from inside network, and this is just a reply back.
Okay. And reply back, if it is on the same port, then it will allow. If the
Exactly.
reply back is using different port, it will
No,
not allow,
it will
right?
not allow. Yes,
Okay,
because
okay,
it's
got it.
check the information in connection table. Gotcha.
Okay.
So this technique is called stateful firewall technique. Every vendor is using. Every vendor.
Okay.
Now let's talk about Cisco ASA. Wait. Wait.
So these slides, I could not receive on email. So
I will
I
send to you,
just
no
got the
problem. I
recording.
will
Yeah,
send. I will send it after the
yeah,
session. I will send. Okay,
yeah.
all the. I think I shared with you, Kashif. You can check your mail ID.
No, I checked. I just got the video link, but not this material.
Let me check. Wait.
Yeah.
Let's continue our topic, Kashif. So what is Cisco ASA? Cisco ASA is called Adaptive Security Appliance. Okay, Cisco ASA firewall device is called Adaptive Security Appliance. It is in a combination of stateful firewall and VPN concentrator.
Right.
If you
So
talk
the
about
slides have been shared
yes,
because I'm
it's
just
shared. It's
checking my
shared. It's yes,
inbox.
it's available in your drive.
Okay, because
You can check now.
Yeah.
After session, you can check, Kashi, okay?
Okay.
So now let's talk about ASA features, because every vendor has its own feature, like Palo Alto, Fortinet, Checkpoint, or Cisco FTP. Right now we are talking about Cisco ASA. So let's talk about some features. So these are the features. These are the features available in Cisco ASA firewall. So first is called operating system. Let's talk about each feature option. So what is operating system? So in Cisco ASA, the software and hardware both belong to Cisco.
Okay.
If you talk about Checkpoint, Kashif, Checkpoint firewall box. So Checkpoint is a software-based firewall. Software-based firewall. What you can do, you can go onto the Checkpoint website and you can download Gaia operating system.
Okay.
And this operating system you can install on your laptop, on your desktop machine.
Okay.
And you can use your laptop as a complete firewall.
Oh, okay, got it.
So every vendor had its own option. So but Cisco is what? We have software and hardware both belong to Cisco. It's not just like another vendor, they use another company operating system, other company hardware. So if
Okay,
you
got
face
it.
any problem in software related, so you can talk to Cisco. If you face any problem in hardware, you can talk to Cisco.
Right, right.
This is the first feature. Software and hardware both belong to Cisco vendors. Now, what is stateful firewall? I told you what is stateful. It's a common topic. So it maintains the state of connection when the packet is traveling for the appliance. It maintains the state of connection in the state table, you can say, or connection table. After adding information in the state table, it forwards the packet to the destination. And when it receives the reply packet, it matches the packet information to the state table. If it is matched, then packet is accepted. Otherwise, now let's talk about next feature. Wait, user-based authentication. So we can implement on Cisco ASA firewall. We can implement AAA. AAA is what? Authentication, authorization, and accounting. So this AAA feature we can implement on Cisco ASA firewall. So using this feature, we can authenticate our inbound or outbound request for Telnet, for HTTP, for HTTPS, for FTP using AAA server. So like, see, AAA we can configure on Cisco router. Okay. Same we can implement on Cisco ASA firewall.
So that Cisco firewall will act as a AAA server?
Yes. No, it's not act as a AAA server. See, AAA configuration you can do. See, here we have a firewall device. Okay.
Right.
For example, Cisco ASA. In case in your organization, see, there is a two option, Kashif.
Right.
Either you can use local AAA server, your Cisco ASA firewall as a local AAA server. You can create a user account in local database.
Okay.
And you can use it for Telnet service, for HTTP, for HTTPS, no problem. But most of the organization they are using remote authentication server. Okay. Maybe they have a Radius server, or TechX server, or LDAP server. So what you can do, you can integrate your firewall with these remote authentication server. Clear my point?
Okay.
And these are what? These are you can say Radius server. These are remote authentication server, or you can say AAA servers.
Right. Right. So one question here, how generally what we follow, like for example, I have ASA firewall and I have my domain controller, for example.
Yeah, okay.
Now, how can I add this ASA firewall as part of domain controller authentications? So what I mean by that, for example, if you are coming to my organization as a new user, what I will do, I will just create your account on the domain controller.
On domain controller, on Active Directory domain controller.
Yeah, and then you will get automatic same access levels on the ASA. So,
yes.
So how that part is done?
You can do this. What you can do, you can integrate your firewall with Active Directory server.
Okay.
Okay. I can tell you how to integrate our Cisco ASA firewall. It's a very simple task. It's not it's not a big thing. Okay? It's require
Right.
few steps, and you can
Okay.
integrate with graphical option. I can show you
Sure. Sure. Maybe we
graphical
will
option.
do
I can
in
show
the
you how
lab.
to. It's not only related with Cisco ASA, Kashif. If you go into the
Right.
Palo Alto or Fortinet or Checkpoint,
Mm-hmm.
you need to integrate your firewall device with uh, domain control or with
Right.
your
Right.
remote authentication. So
Right. Right.
yeah, but my point is right now, you can use your Cisco ASA firewall as a AAA. So you can implement your AAA
Okay. Got
authentication,
it.
authorization, and account.
Okay.
Now, now we can focus on protocol and application inspection. Cisco ASA firewall is not a next generation firewall, but yes,
Okay.
it can inspect the protocol and application, but not on deeper. Okay, but yes, in Cisco ASA we can discuss a concept is called modular policy framework. This is this is called deep packet inspection.
Mm-hmm.
With MPF using MPF, you can inspect protocol application like FTP, SMTP, DNS, FTP, HTTP, NetBIOS. So these applications you can inspect. Your firewall can inspect.
Right. So one question here, like to
Mhm.
me, I call them as a protocol, not application.
No,
So
these are the protocols. Yes, these are protocols.
yes. So any
Uh, to access FTP service, most of the time we are saying what? FTP application. Open your FTP
right,
application and access. It means what? FTP is also application, right?
right,
FTP word we are using for application. For example, outside user is
right,
trying to access, sorry, here's a file. Outside user is trying to access FTP server, for example. So
right.
what he can do? He can open his FTP application,
Mm-hmm.
right? So FTP is an application and FTP is a protocol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this FTP service is running onto the server. So this is called what? This is FTP protocol, FTP services.
Right.
So don't confuse, okay? These you can say protocols or you can say service. For example, SMTP is what? It's also a service. It's called
Mm-hmm.
service, SMTP service, right?
Mm-hmm.
So both are the same. Application right now, it's you can say application or you can say protocols. No problem.
Okay. So it's not application. Do not mean like
It's a
a
pure
separate
application
application.
like Facebook or like Facebook
Yeah.
or LinkedIn.
It's
No,
not
no,
like that.
no.
Okay. 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 Now it's clear.
Okay, now wait. Now you can implement VPN concept on Cisco ASA like other vendor. You can go with the site-to-site VPN implementation, or you can say you can implement IPsec or SSL. L2TP is not your topic, so you can implement your IPsec and SSL. In IPsec, we can focus on site-to-site VPN implementation or remote access. SSL, I told you, in SSL we have two practical, client-less SSL VPN and full client. So
Right.
like other vendors, Cisco ASA Firewall is giving you the feature, giving you the option to configure to implement VPN, IPsec,
Mm-hmm.
and SSL.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can go with the virtual firewall technique. You can divide your single Cisco ASA firewall device into multiple appliance, into multiple firewall device, and this concept is called security context. So you can create multiple security contexts. For example,
Mm-hmm.
for marketing, we have a marketing context. For sales department, sales context. For HR
Right.
department, HR context. So
Right.
context
Right.
is called what? It's called firewall.
Right.
Okay. Now, the next feature
So
is
can I say that they are
yes, yes,
kind
sure,
of
sure, sure.
different VLANs kind of thing, like
Different,
when
yes. See, in
Mhm,
LAN side, yes, we have a different VLAN,
mhm.
and in every VLAN we have a different subnet. You can say
Right,
different department.
right,
You
right,
can say, see, for example, let me show you. For example, here we have a Cisco ASA firewall, and this firewall is connected with a switch. And in my LAN side, we have multiple VLANs, you can say, multiple departments. For example, this is your marketing department. Maybe you can say VLAN 10.
Right.
VLAN 10. And what you have a sales department. It's called VLAN 20. HR department, VLAN 30.
Right.
Yeah. And now what we can do for each department, I can divide my single firewall box into multiple virtual firewall box. It's called firewall box 1, firewall box 2, firewall box 3.
Right.
So, and these are the interfaces. These are the resources. These interfaces are what? Resources.
Right. Right.
So what you can do now, so you can send your marketing traffic to marketing firewall box. How you can send? As per routing switching, you need to put these interfaces, these three interfaces, and this one also need to VLAN 10.
Okay,
right?
got it.
Because same VLAN members can communicate with each other.
Right.
So you can put these three interfaces and this one also in VLAN 10.
Right.
Clear now,
Right.
Kashif?
Yeah.
Okay. The next feature is what? Like other vendor, you can also manage your Cisco ASA firewall with graphical page. Graphical page. So for graphical page, we can use an application is called ASDM.
Right.
ASDM. See, to manage Cisco ASA firewall device, we have ASDM application. And if you want to manage your Cisco next generation firewall, is called Cisco FTD. So we have FMC, Firepower Management Center.
Okay. So just one question. What's the difference between next generation firewall and this normal firewall?
Okay, no problem. I can tell you. See, your Cisco ASA firewall, cannot detect any malicious URL.
Okay.
Cannot detect any malicious URL. For example, Kashif, I want to block this specific URL.
Okay.
I don't know anything. About this URL, but I want to block it. I cannot block this Cisco ASA.
Oh, okay.
In case, if I want to block all political organizations website, I want to block all news category website. I cannot block this Cisco ASA.
Okay.
But I can block with any next generation file, like Cisco FTD or Palo Alto or Checkpoint or Fortinet. Okay.
Got it.
Another example. Your Cisco ASA firewall cannot detect any application. For example, in my organization, I want to block Facebook, YouTube, and Google application.
Okay.
In Google, I want to allow Google, but I want to block Gmail application and Google Drive, for example. Okay, Google Drive. So these are the micro applications you can block with any next generation firewall, but you can't with Cisco ASA.
Got it. And one more point, like what about this IPS and IDS functionality? Because I heard
IPS is related with the next generation firewall.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
IPS is a signature based device.
Okay. So any example?
For example, your Cisco FTD is what? It's a combination of Cisco ASA plus Cisco Firepower. What is Cisco Firepower? It's a NG-IPS, next generation intrusion prevention system.
Okay.
So it's an IPS device. So FTD is what? It's a combination of Cisco ASA and Cisco Firepower.
Right.
Cisco combine these two engine and create a single box. It's called FTD.
Right. So one question, like we normally use Cisco Firepower. So what's the difference between ASA and Cisco Firepower? Like, they are same only.
No. Cisco ASA it's a firewall device.
Right.
But Firepower is a different. It's an IPS engine. It's an IPS device. Here in this box, we have multiple signatures. Okay, behalf of signatures, your device can detect multiple attacks.
Right. Because why I'm telling, like, we are using some firewalls they are Cisco Firepower series.
Yes. See, Cisco provide you, see, either you can go with the dedicated appliance or you can go with the Cisco with firepower service. Okay. Firepower.
Okay.
It means it's a Cisco ASA firewall device with firepower feature, but it's not a dedicated FTD.
Okay, so like the Cisco Firepower series, technically they are Cisco ASA firewall with firepower capability.
No. Cisco Firepower is a different device. Okay, it's a separate device. And Cisco ASA is separate device. But you know, in Cisco, they provide you box. Wait. They provide you Cisco AS. Let me show you an example.
Right.
For example, you don't want to purchase FTD because the cost is very high, but you want to utilize Cisco Firepower feature.
Right.
So you can go with the Cisco ASA with Firepower. For example, Cisco ASA 550X. If you have any ASA firewall with X option, it means it's a complete ASA device, okay, with firepower feature. See? So you can use firepower services with your Cisco ASA, but it's not a dedicated FTD. Yeah?
Right.
It's not a dedicated FTD. In dedicated FTD, you will get a different, more functionality you can see.
Right.
But this is a device, it's Cisco ASA firewall. We have a small feature. We can add firepower feature with our Cisco ASA.
Right. So can you just open the link just for just to clear my confusion?
Yes.
So it's in the chat. So
this is a firepower. It's not a Cisco ASA.
This is what type? Like
it's only firepower device.
Oh, it's a firepower. Okay,
Yes.
device. Okay.
It's a firepower appliance.
So, like technically, any differences there between Cisco ASA and this?
ASA can filter the traffic only based on L3 and L4 packet, IP and services protocol. Here in Firepower we have signatures. Okay, we have signature database, attack database.
Okay.
So this device can detect and can take action.
Okay.
And Firepower, before Firepower, this is called source fire. Before Firepower, it's called source fire. Do you know about source fire?
No.
Before source fire, it's called snort. So Cisco, there was a person is called Martin, okay, who developed this snort device. And this snort device you can use as a firewall also, no problem. The source fire you can use as a firewall also, no problem. Firewall features. But this device is dedicated for only source fire, firepower, IPS feature you can see.
Okay.
IPS feature. So I'm not Yes.
Yeah, this part is clear. I just want to know, like the link which I shared, what type it is. It is next generation firewall or no?
Yes, it's not a next generation firewall.
Okay.
It's a NG IPS.
Okay.
It's a NG IPS, next generation intrusion prevention system.
Okay, so I cannot block websites using this firewall, right?
See, you can block. But see, I told you, here we have this device is acting as a NG IPS because in IPS we have signature database.
Right.
We have a signature database, you can block, no problem. But now here we have a limited signatures. Limited signatures. But now Cisco add this Cisco Firepower plus ASA features. And they combined this device is called FTD. Otherwise, what? For firewall feature, you have to deploy Cisco ASA, and for NDIPS feature, you have to deploy your Cisco firewall. So no need to deploy two devices.
Right.
Just go with a single box. The single box can provide you both features: ASA,
Right.
firewall features, all the firewall features, and what? Firepower feature.
Right, right.
This is not a next generation firewall, you can say. No.
Right, right.
Clear now?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's go on to the slide. Wait. Okay, let me show you. So this is the example. Okay, clear? This is what Cisco ASA firewall with firepower service.
Right.
So with any firewall device, if you got X option, it means it's a firewall with firepower service.
Okay.
Now, so web-based management, it's clear. I think we can manage our Cisco ASA firewall with graphical page. Kasif, clear now?
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, this is clear. ASDM and CLI. Yeah.
Okay, now stateful failover. Let's talk about stateful failover. What is stateful failover? It's called high availability. In Cisco ASA, you can say high. In Cisco ASA failover concept. In Fortinet, you can say high availability. In Palo Alto, you can say high availability. In Checkpoint, you can say clustering. So we can discuss active standby and remember our previous discussion.
Yeah.
So yes,
Yeah.
for failover, we can focus on active standby and active.
Yeah, this is clear.
This lab is called active with multi-context.
Right.
Okay? With multi-context. What is multi-context? So we can discuss in our lab. But context is what? Context is related with this virtual.
Okay, got it.
Okay, now we can also use next generation firewall feature like IPv6. Not feature, you can say it's a next generation IP you can configure on your Cisco ASA firewall. Okay, and what is called next generation firewall? Next generation firewall also support this IPv6.
Right.
So IPv6 is a next generation IP, and you can configure this IPv6 on your Cisco ASA firewall. And we can discuss how to configure IP address on interface, how to configure routing static or default. No problem. Now, clustering is what you can combine multiple. You can combine multiple Cisco ASA device to act as a single device. This is called clustering. A feature introduced in OS 9.0, it enables us to group multiple appliances to act as a single appliance. This is called clustering. So these are the features. I hope it's clear.
Yeah, just 1 second. I don't know. I clicked something, so I'm just seeing my name. I don't know how to. I can see the slide, but as soon as I double click, I just see my name. So can you just reshare again your screen? Yes, yeah, now it's okay.
So now we can start our basic configuration on Cisco ASA. Wait, let me start on Cisco ASA. Please 2 minutes.
Yeah. So one quick question, like, do you have courses for VAPT or no?
Sorry, for?
VAPT, Vulnerability Assessment and Penetration Testing.
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay. It's practical, right?
Yes. If you want, so I can send the syllabus, no problem.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure. And if you want a demo, so I can arrange a demo session with trainer.
Okay, okay. So, that is by someone else, not by you.
Yes.
Okay.
We have 7 trainers in this. Okay.
Right.
7 trainers. So I'm taking all the firewall batches.
Okay.
For routing switching, we have 2 other trainers for ethical hacking and cybersecurity, and for CompSIA, for pen testing, a different trainer, and for software technology. So we have 7 trainers in this company.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so we have a single Cisco ASA firewall box right now, okay, for basic configuration.
Okay.
So I have a Cisco ASA device. You can start. This is a console page.
Mm-hmm.
And we are working with 9.x operating system.
Right.
Please wait, this will take time.
Right.
Hear me, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Good evening, guys. Let's
Yes.
start the session now. Okay. Please
Yes,
turn
sir.
off your mic. In case if you have any question, you can unmute. So let's start our discussion. In previous session, we are completed our topic discussion, and today we can start our first topic. Is called introduction and initial configuration. Our first topic is introduction and initial configuration. Wait. So this training is related with NSC 4. These are what Fortinet certifications, and Fortinet training is called NSC program. This is called NSC program is called Network Security Expert Program. It has 8 level of certifications. Like in Cisco, we have CCNA, CCNP, and CCIE. In Palo Alto, you can go with PCNSA, PCNSE. In Checkpoint, we have CCSA and CCSE. Same in Fortinet, we have 8 level of certifications. So in NSC program, we have NSC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. NSC 1, 2, and 3. These 3 certifications are totally free. Totally free. What you can do, you can go on training.fortinet.com. You can log in with training.fortinet.com. You can create an account. If you don't have account, so you can click on sign up. You can create your account, and you can log in. You can log in with your ID and password. Once you log in, so you can watch some videos for NSC 1, 2, and 3, and you can watch some video and you can attempt some questions. NSC 1, 2, and 3, it will hardly take maximum 1 to 2 hours to get the certifications. NSC 1, 2, and 3. You can watch some video, you can attempt some questions. Hardly it will take 2 hours. 2 hours. But our training is related with NSC 4. This is called NSC 4, Fortinet Firewall Deployment. And this is our program. This is our training. In case if you want to go for advanced training, so you can go for NSC 5. NSE 5 is related with 40 analyzer and 40 manager. This is advanced training. After that, you can go for NSE 6, NSE 7, NSE 7, NSE 8. So I'm certified from NSE 1 to NSE 7. Okay. So let's focus on NSE 4 concept. This is our training part. Clear my point, everyone? Our focus is on what? How to work with Fortinet firewall box, how to deploy, how to configure, how to troubleshoot. Clear? Jayaprakash, Sunita, Arjun, Kusamran, Mustafa.
Yeah, clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now,
Yeah, got it.
okay, so as an administrator, if you want to purchase a firewall, you want to buy a firewall for your organization. So before buy a firewall or before purchase a firewall for your organization, you need to review some features before go with a vendor, because in market we have multiple vendors. Let me show you. These are the vendors for next generation firewall. These are the vendors. We have multiple vendors for next generation firewall features. We are learning Fortinet. Fortinet is what? It's a next generation firewall. So this is Gartner report, okay? This report you can download from Google, and Gartner divided all the vendors in the categories. So as per Gartner, we have 4 categories: leader in the market, challenger, nice player, and visionaries. So Palo Alto, Fortinet, and Checkpoint. These 3 vendors are the leader in the market right now. They are the leaders. If you talk about Cisco, Cisco is a challenger. He's not a leader because of Cisco FTD. Cisco Firepower Threat Defense. This is Cisco next generation firewall. So Cisco is not a leader in the market for next generation firewall feature. He's a challenger. But leaders, Palo Alto, Fortinet, and Checkpoint. Our focus is on Fortinet. So this Fortinet is a leader. So before purchasing a firewall for your organization, you need to review some feature. First feature is what? Architecture. So you need to know the architecture of each vendor. Right now, I'm not talking about Fortinet, okay? I'm talking about a simple firewall. So you need to know the architecture of each vendor. For example, if you talk about Checkpoint firewall box, for example, Checkpoint. So in Checkpoint is what? It's a software-based firewall. You can download Gaia operating system in Checkpoint. You can go onto the Checkpoint website. You can download this Gaia operating system. You can install on your laptop, desktop, your machine, and you can use your laptop as a complete firewall. This is Checkpoint architecture. In Palo Alto, you can go with the dedicated device. You can go with the physical device. You can go with the VM firewall box. So every vendor has its own architecture. So before purchase a firewall or before go with any vendor, you need to know the architecture about Palo Alto, about Fortinet, about Checkpoint. So prefer a software firewall that you can install on a new or existing PC, or you can go with the dedicated appliance like physical device, physical firewall box, or VM firewall box. So you need to know first the architecture of each vendor. You need to verify the number of session. For example, if I am working in a small organization, so there is no requirement for mid-range firewall box. Or in case if I'm working in a big organization, so I can't go with the entry-level firewall box, because each firewall box has their own capabilities, right? Let me show you. For example, in Fortinet, these are the entry-level firewall box. Fortinet 30 to 90 series. This series is called entry-level firewall. Mid-range, Fortinet 100 to 900. High-end appliance 1000, 3000, 6000, and HSPs. So in case if I'm working in a big organization, so I cannot go with the entry-level firewall box because we have limited resources, limited CPU, RAM, storage. So number of stations is important, okay? In case if you are working with a big organization, so you need to go with the high-end or mid-range model. So number of station, what we have, how many concurrent firewall station does firewall need to support? So number of station, For this, you can check, data sheet. Data sheet. For example, you can go with the series. You can search, for example, if you have 14.8.30 model. So you need to take a help from Google. Okay, you can download the data sheet about 14.8.30E. You can verify uh, about number of sessions, okay, traffic information, RAM, CPU, storage. Okay, the next option is what? Next option is called VPN. So, in my organization, for example, they are dealing with site to site, for example, or they are dealing with remote access VPN. Okay, they are using site to site, they are using remote access VPN, or they are using IPsec. So can I configure these type of VPN onto this vendor, onto this firewall? So we need to review. Okay, integration. In case if I want to integrate my firewall box with any server, like remote authentication server like Radius, TechX, or in case if I want to integrate my firewall box with Exchange mail server or SharePoint collaboration server, so can I integrate? In case if I want to manage this firewall device through CLI, through graphical, can I manage? In case if I want to manage through Telnet, SSH, and SNMP, and in case if I have multiple firewall, in case if I have multiple firewall, for example, right now we are talking about Fortinet. So if I have multiple Fortinet firewall, firewall 1, firewall 2, firewall 3, firewall 4, if I have, for example, 20 firewall box, and in case if I want to manage all the firewall box from a centralized location, so like other vendor, for example, in Palo Alto, if you want to manage multiple Palo Alto firewall device, you need, in case in Palo Alto firewall. In case if you want to manage multiple Palo Alto firewall box, you need a centralized device. It's called Panorama. In case if you want to manage multiple checkpoint gateway, so you required a centralized device. It's called checkpoint management, or you can say SMS servers. In case if you have Cisco FTD, Cisco Next Generation Firewall, if you have multiple Cisco FTD and you want to manage all FTD device from centralized locations, so you need to go with the Cisco FMC. In Fortinet, in case if you want to manage multiple Fortinet firewall box, so yes, we have like other vendor, we can go with the Forti Manager device. So for centralized management, yes, in Fortinet we have feature. We can go with the Forti Manager. Like other vendor, we have an option. Okay, in case if I want to go for the high availability in my organization, they are working with high availability, or they want failover concept. They want to implement failover or high availability. So can I configure high availability or failover? So these are some basic features you need to review before purchase of firewall in your organization. Clear my point, everyone? Clear now? Anita,
Yes, sir.
Arjun, Gursimran, Jayaprakash, Mustafa.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's talk about okay, these are what you cannot say which firewall is good, because each firewall has its own feature. If you compare, if you want to compare, so after Fortinet you can go with the Palo Alto. After Fortinet you can go with the Checkpoint firewall box. After that you can compare, okay, but you cannot say which firewall is good. Okay, each vendor, they have its own feature, but these are the top firewall box like Fortinet. See, this is what Sony Wall, Checkpoint firewall box, Palo Alto, Cisco, and Fortinet. Now let's talk about some history about Fortinet. So Fortinet was founded in 2000 by two brothers, Ken and Michael. The company first product was FortiGate firewall box, but now they are dealing with a multiple product. Now let me show you. If you talk about Fortinet products, so these are the Fortinet devices. Fortinet device, not Fortinet firewall. Fortinet devices. See, FortiGate firewall, 40 analyzer, 40 manager, 40 camera, 40 switch. So like Cisco, Fortinet is also dealing with other products. But our focus is on what right now? Into this training, we can focus on how to work with FortiGate firewall, FortiGate firewalls. So let's talk about first factory default setting. Factory default setting. For example, if I have a high-end model, if I have high-end model, for example, let me show you high-end model. So these are the high-end model, Fortinet 1000, 3000, 6000 series. So these are the high-end model. So in case if you have high-end model, so on high-end model you will get a dedicated management port. Yes, you have data interfaces, no problem. These are what data interfaces. You can connect your LAN network, WAN side, VMZ portion, no problem. But in high-end firewall box, you will get a dedicated management port, MGMT port. What you can do, you can connect your laptop, your desktop machine with this management port. By default, we have this IP address 192.168.1.99. If you don't have, no problem, you can configure. I can show you how to configure IP address on port. No problem, I can show you. Okay, so here we have what management port. Management port. You can connect with management PC, and in case if I have this IP address, so same series of IP I can configure onto this management PC. Same series of IP I can configure. From this machine, I can check connectivity because by default, these services are enabled by default. These services are enabled on management port. Ping, HTTP, HTTPS, SSH protocol, only on management port. I can show you only on management port. So on high-end model or mid-range model, you will get a dedicated management port for configuration. Okay, in case if you have entry-level firewall, entry-level means what? We have a series in between 4830, 4830 to 90 series. This is what entry-level firewall. So in case if you have entry-level firewall box, so on entry-level firewall box, we have only data interfaces. Data interfaces. Like for example, port number 1, port number 2, port number 3, 4, 5, 6. So on entry-level firewall box, we can use our port number 1 as a management port. Why? You can use any port as a management port, no problem. But port number 1 you can use as a management port. Why? Because by default, onto this interface, these services are enabled only on port number 1. Only on port number 1. So you can connect your management PC, you can configure IP address here onto this machine. You can take a console, you can configure IP address on port number 1. Same series of IP address we can configure onto this management PC. We can verify our connectivity. Now for graphical, we can use HTTPS. For CLI, we can go with the SSH. Default at username is admin on firewall and password is nothing. Let me show you. Hello, Bharti, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sunita, any question? Arjun, Gursimran, Jayaprakash, Mustafa?
No, sir.
No, I'm good.
Okay, so I have a simple topology. I have one FortiGate firewall box, one FortiGate firewall box, and one management PC. Wait. This cloud is acting as a management PC. So let's discuss a basic topology. One FortiGate firewall box and one management PC. This cloud is my laptop. So you can start, you can take a console. After this session, please share your email ID again, everyone in our WhatsApp group, so that I can share the software for lab setup. Okay, everyone?
Okay.
Please share your email ID in group.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so this is login page. This is console, everyone. This is console. So username is admin and password is nothing. You can press enter. Now you can set your password 123 123. I'm using. Now you are in FortiGate firewall box. You can type question mark here like Cisco. See, you can configure these commands: config, get, show, diagnose, execute, alias, exit. Let's start with show command, for example. Show command, show system interface. With this command, I'm trying to verify interface information. You can press enter. You can see here we have port number 1, port number 2, port number 3, port number 4. So we have 4 data interfaces onto this firewall box. By default, I told you on port number 1, these services are enabled by default. See, these services, ping, HTTPS, and SSH, these services are enabled only on port number 1. Okay, what about port number 2? Nothing is enabled. See, no services, no services, no services. Okay, one more thing. On port number 1, by default, DSCP service is enabled. So if you connect your port number 1 with any DSCP server, so this port can get IP address automatically from this DSCP server, because by default, DSCP is enabled. DSCP client service is enabled onto this particular onto this port number 1. So now I want to configure IP address on port number 1. Let me show you how to configure IP address on port number 1 manually. So for configuration, you can use a config command. Config system interface. So now you are in interface mode. And here I'm trying to edit port number 1. So edit port number 1. You can press enter. And I'm trying to configure IP address statically. So you can use a command set mode static for static IP address configuration. Now you can configure your IP address, set IP 192.168.1.190/24. You can press enter. Set allows. By default, these services are enabled, but in case if you want to allow some other services, you can type question mark. You can see we have multiple options. So in case if you want to allow HTTP, HTTPS, ping, SSH, telnet, done. Here, if you want to save your configuration in Fortinet, so you can use ind command. In Cisco, we have WR. In Palo Alto, what we have to save our configuration? Commit. In Fortinet, you can go with the ind command to save your configuration. Done. Now, show system interface. This time you can verify you have IP address on port number 1, 192.168.1.190, mask and services. So we have a small topology, one FortiGate and this cloud. This cloud is what? It's my laptop. So let's verify basic connectivity. So I'm trying to verify connectivity from this laptop 192.168.1.190. Yes, I'm getting reply. Let's go on to the FortiGate firewall box. If you want to verify your connectivity, so command is execute. what you want to execute, because you have multiple options. So right now I'm trying to execute ping command, and IP address is. So let's verify IP address on my laptop. IP config 192.168.1.3. So 192.168.1.3. I'm getting reply. So now we have a connectivity in between FortiGate and to this laptop. So you can open any browser. You can open any browser, and you can use here IP address 192.168.1.190. Username is admin, and password we are using 123. So this is your graphical page. सुनीता ये थोड़ा फास्ट ना Palo Alto से?
Yes, sir. बहुत.
Yes, more fast. Okay. So now what we have, this is our console page, console CLI, and here we have a graphical page. This is what our graphical page. We are working with VM firewall box, so you can see here it's called FortiGate VM64K. So we have a VM firewall box. If you have FortiGate 90D or 60E, so you will get the information here, FortiGate 90E. Now you can see we have multiple options here: dashboard, security fabric, network, system, policy and object, security profile, VPN, user and authentication, log and report. We will work on each option, no problem. So let's start our discussion with dashboard first.
Sir?
Yes, Sunita.
Like in Palo Alto, we can change the logo. We can add our company's logo or something like that.
Yes.
In the FortiGate also we can do that?
Yes, you can do. I will show you. I will tell you. No problem.
Okay, sir.
Now, so let's start our discussion with dashboard. So dashboard is selected. This is your dashboard. Dashboard we are using for monitoring. On dashboard, you can see we have some default option, some information I can verify, like CPU utilization, memory utilization, license information, system information. So let's start our discussion with the dashboard. So in dashboard, we have system information. So either you can go with the graphical page or you can go with the CLI. In CLI, you can type a command, get system status. So either you can go with the CLI command or you can go with the graphical page. Let's go with the graphical page first. So we have host name onto this firewall box is called FortiGate-VM64-KB. If you want to change, so no problem, you can change. See, you can go onto the CLI option. Command is config system global set host name, and this is, for example, firewall box 1. Now to save your configuration in Fortinet, command is end command. Done. You can refresh your page this time. And now you can see your firewall host name. Firewall host name is what? Firewall 1. Serial number of this firewall box. Firmware version, we are working with 6.4.4. And right now we have latest version 7.2.2, 7.4, I think. So this is what FortiOS version 6.4.4. Build version. Right now we have a mode. So remember, always we can use our firewall box as a L3 firewall, or we can go with the L2 firewall. L3 firewall is known as NAT mode firewall, and L2 firewall is called transparent firewall. So by default, this firewall mode is NAT mode. What is the difference between NAT and transparent? We can discuss here in layer 2 firewall topic. I will tell you, no problem. Okay. But right now the mode of this firewall box is layer 3. It's a NAT mode firewall box. System time, uptime, WAN IP is unknown because we didn't configure anything. So license information you can verify. right now we are working with VM firewall box, virtual VM firewall box, and this VM firewall box, you can perform all the labs, but this VM image is only valid for 15 days. After 15 days, what you can do, you can delete this Fortinet and you can add a new one, no problem. So here you can get license information like antivirus license information, web filtering license information, firmware and general update information, license, IPS license information. What is license information means? You can get what? Date issued, date expired about license. Okay, so we have VM firewall box. We have a single CPU. We are utilizing 100% CPU. We have 2 GB RAM. We are utilizing 50% RAM. OT cloud not supported, security fabric information you can get. You can get multiple administrators information, all administrator information. So right now, this admin account is managing this 48 firewall box. See, admin account for graphical, yes, HTTP, and admin account for CLI console. One console and one HTTP. And with this administrator, we have a admin profile is called super_admin. What is super_admin? In Fortinet, we have two predefined profiles. Two predefined profile is called super_admin, and we have professional_admin. These are the two predefined profiles. We'll discuss in detail what is this super_admin and what is professional_admin. But right now you can see with our default administrator, with our admin account, we have super_admin profile. Now you can verify your CPU utilization, memory utilization, sessions information. So these are the default option. If you want to add more information on your dashboard, you can click on add, and you can add. See, we have multiple options. For example, I want to verify interface bandwidth. I want to verify bandwidth utilization on interfaces. So you can click on interface bandwidth. I want to verify bandwidth utilization on port number 3. You can click on add. In case if you want to verify high availability status, right now this firewall is not participating in any failover, but in case you can add HS status, add, close. See, so bandwidth for HS status. In case if you want to delete anything from dashboards, you can click here, you can remove. Clear? Any problem? Sunita, Arjun, Bharti, Gursimran, Jayaprakash, Mustafa?
Yeah,
No,
no.
sir.
Clear everyone? Okay, now let's talk about.
So, I'm so sorry.
Hello?
So, what is this Forti Explorer? So, administrator login. One is we can log in from console. One is from HTTPS. Yeah.
OT Explorer. कहाँ पे आपने देखा? कहाँ पे?
Sir, this administrator is the way of login. One is console.
ये
One
अब
is
use we are not using OT Explorer now.
Okay.
It's an old option. Okay.
Okay.
To access Fortinet, there is an option Forti Explorer, but we are not using.
All right.
You can use a browser to access your Fortinet firewall box.
Yeah, I have one more question, sir.
Yes, sure.
These changes has been applied for only we are in our system, or it will apply entire 48 firewall.
Entire Fortinet firewall box.
Okay, sure.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sir, I have one question.
Bharti, this is not like a Palo Alto, okay?
Okay.
In Palo Alto, you can configure, you can access your Palo Alto through browser, you can do changes. After that, you can commit. But in Fortinet is what? If you click on OK, it's alive.
Okay.
If you do any configuration, click on OK, it's alive. It's on Fortinet. Yes,
Okay.
Jayaprakash?
Sir, that firewall license will be when by the time of purchase it will be there in the license, or you should be pay for extra for that.
Can you please? Your voice is not clear. Can you please?
Hello.
Can you
That
please
firewall
repeat?
license.
Firewall license.
license, it will be included in the when the by the time of purchase by the time of purchase of the firewall, it will be included, or you should pay for the separately for license?
You can talk to your salesperson. Okay, you can purchase a firewall separately and license separate. Both are separate thing. Okay.
Okay.
You can purchase a firewall first. After that, as per your requirement, for example, you need license only for IPS and antivirus, so you can purchase license only for IPS and antivirus. Jayaprakash.
Okay.
For example, I don't require application control license or 40K support license. I don't want. So you can buy a firewall. After that, you can decide as per your requirement what license you need.
Okay.
Clear now?
Clear, sir. And
Okay.
one more question, sir. That in the live environment, can we restart the firewall or any procedure?
No need to do this. Okay. In
Okay.
live scenario,
if it is
cannot restart your firewall box. If you have high availability option failover, then you can do this. But otherwise, in live scenario, we cannot restart our firewall.
Okay.
If you have high availability, for example, if you have HA cluster, okay, if you have multiple FortiGate firewall box, so if you restart this firewall box one, no problem. Other firewall box will take the responsibility immediately. They can process the traffic, Jayaprakash.
Okay.
But in case if you have a single firewall device in your organization, so you cannot restart in live scenario.
So if internet goes down, what will we do, sir? You have the only one FortiGate firewall. Internet goes down, so how can you do?
Internet goes down, so that is the different issue, Jayaprakash. Internet goes down, or there's some hardware failure, so you can't do anything. Okay. If there's an internet issue or hardware failure in firewall, so you can't do anything. You have to replace.
So sir, my general questions. So that if it is internet, some you are slow, you are accessing slow internet, you are getting the slowness of the internet. So if you call the ISP vendor, they'll be tell you restart your firewall. Then
no, first you have to identify the problem is on your side or is on internet side. You have to rectify first. Why your traffic is slow? Okay. You have to troubleshoot it step by step. First, you can verify why. Maybe it's your firewall problem.
Okay.
Clear?
Okay, got it, sir.
Yeah, Prakash?
Yeah, got it, sir.
Yes. Arjun, any question? Or Simran? Mustafa, any question?
No,
here?
sir. Yes, sir. This FortiGuard servers are like what, antivirus or what? Unable to connect to FortiGuard servers.
FortiGuard is a server, okay? We can connect our firewall device, our Fortinet with FortiGuard server to download latest signature update. Mustafa?
Yeah.
We can connect our FortiGate firewall box with FortiGuard server. If you have license, so yes, you can connect.
Okay.
Any other question? Sunita, any question?
No, sir.
Okay, let's continue. Jayaprakash, clear here?
Yeah, I have one question, sir.
Okay, yes.
Can you explain that firmware updation, sir? That FortiGate firewall.
Sure, I will tell you. Give me some time. Right now I'm talking about the basic concept. I will tell you how to upgrade, no problem.
Okay.
Okay, your question is how to upgrade your firmware, right?
Yes, sir.
It's a very simple task. I will tell you, no problem. Okay. We have an option. The setting I can tell you. You can click on firmware. If you have upgraded firmware, you can just browse it, you can upload it. But right now, my focus is on what? Basic configuration. I will tell you, no problem. Give me some time.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay.
I need to go with step by step.
Okay.
So we are here. We are talking about introduction and initial configuration. This is our first topic. So let's talk about other information. This side, everyone. So here we have. If you click here, you can go with the search option. For example, if I want to configure interface, what I can do, I can click on network, I can click on interface, I can select interface here, edit. In case if I want to configure firewall policy, you can click on policy and object. You can click here on firewall policy, then you can decide. You can click on create. So in every tab, we have multiple options, right? In every tab, see. So for example, if I'm looking for interface related tab, so I can type my keyword interface here. So you can get all interface keyword related information. For example, I'm looking for network interface. If you click, it will automatically redirect onto the network and interface tab. So you can go with the search option to search any tab information. Okay, now you can go with the CLI console. CLI console, it's a console. But this console you can access when you have a graphical when you have a graphical page, then you can use. Can you hear me? Can you? Let's start our session now.
Yes.
Yes. Let me check our last session video. Please wait. So remember our control plane and data plane discussion. Everyone, Jagdish and Rohan, you guys are. I think you guys are available.
Yes.
Remember our control plane and data plane
Data
discussion.
plane. Yeah.
And Palo Alto is using SP3 architecture
Right.
to forward your traffic. And in data plane, we have three separate processor. Is called control, is called signature match processor. We have multi-core security processor and networking processor, right? So we are completed some basic discussion. Now we can move on to the next concept. It's called packet flow. Okay, so let's continue our topic from packet flow concept. So let's talk about packet flow. See, for packet flow discussion, let me show you. We have a separate notes for Palo Alto firewall packet flow discussion. See, we have a deep option. We can discuss this slow path, fast path option. But right now, I'm giving you the basic idea about packet flow. If traffic is going to hit onto the Palo Alto firewall box, then how Palo Alto firewall box will process the traffic. So this is your complete Palo Alto firewall device. And if traffic is going to hit onto this ingress interface, then Palo Alto firewall box will do first. This step is called initial packet processing. So Palo Alto firewall box will do initial packet processing. In initial packet processing, Palo Alto firewall box is trying to verify this traffic. For example, if traffic coming from LAN side and trying to go onto the WAN zone side. So if traffic is going to hit onto this ingress interface, then firewall will do first initial packet processing. In initial packet processing, it will first check traffic is coming from which source zone. So traffic is coming from which source zone or source address or source user. So this will check the traffic. The Palo Alto Firewall will check traffic is coming from which zone and traffic is coming from which source address with which user account. After that, it will go and check if you want to go on to the particular destination. So for a particular destination, firewall will check destination information into the routing table or into the forwarding table to reach particular destination. For example, this inside machine is trying to communicate with 8.8.8.8. So firewall will check this destination information. Is there any entry available? Firewall will verify. Is there any entry available in my routing table for this particular destination? So firewall will verify destination information into policy-based forwarding, or it will go and check into the routing loop or forwarding loop. Then it will verify traffic is going to which destination zone. So traffic is coming from which zone, trying to go to which zone. Then it will go and verify NAT policy. So NAT policy evaluated. Maybe in your scenario, you are working with source NAT, maybe, or you have DNAT concept, DNAT scenario. So your firewall will check, it will check NAT policy configuration, NAT policy evaluated as per your traffic flow. It will try to verify for this traffic flow. For this traffic flow, is there any source NAT concept configuration or destination NAT? After that, it will go and check security pre-policy. In security pre-policy, Palo Alto Firewall box will check allow ports. So which port is allowed? Yes, Rohan. Yes, Rohan.
Sir, forwarding lookup एक बार explain करेंगे फिर से?
Forwarding lookup means routing table, you can say. Okay.
Okay.
But देखो अभी आप उतना deep में मत जाओ. Okay, Rohan.
Okay, sir.
Because see, for forwarding table, we can discuss 6 tuple information. So don't go in deep right now. Okay.
Okay.
Try to go with the basic option. Your firewall will check his routing table. That is the point.
Okay, sir.
Firewall will check the routing table or forwarding table because this inside machine is trying to go on this particular destination. And for to go on particular destination, this is an L3 device. So it's required a routing configuration. So it will check the destination information in routing table. If there any entry available. After that, it will go and check destination zone. Okay, as per your destination, yes. For example, you are trying to go 8.8.8, so destination zone is WAN. So your firewall can identify destination zone information. Then, as per your packet flow, traffic is coming from LAN trying to go to the WAN. So now firewall will try to identify for this packet flow, for this traffic, is there any source NAT or destination NAT? After that, it will go and check security pre-policy. What is security pre-policy? In security pre-policy, Palo Alto Firewall will check allow port information as per the source destination zone. Firewall will verify if there is any port or services is allowed. If port is allowed, services is allowed. Okay, so it will create a session. It will check the port and create a session. Not allow. It will just check the port and create a session. Because it's a stateful firewall device. So if traffic is traveling through the firewall box, firewall will maintain the state of connection in a connection table or in a session table. So it will create a session for this traffic. I'm not talking about these options right now. Everyone, I'm not talking about these options right now because you don't know anything about app ID concept. You don't know anything about security profile concept. You don't know anything about decryption policy. So I'm not talking about these options right now. I'm talking about the basic packet flow. Once the session will create it, and if, for example, as per your traffic flow, you are using source NAT, so your Palo Alto will apply the NAT configuration and then forward the traffic, to the egress interface. Let me revise this. My point is, what if traffic is going to hit onto this ingress interface? Your firewall will verify traffic is coming from which source zone, which source address, and now routing table information, destination zone information, NAT policy evaluated, check allow port, session created, and now NAT is applied, source NAT or destination NAT, and then packet is forwarded to the egress interface. So every time if traffic is going to hit onto the Palo Alto firewall box, Palo Alto will check zone information. If you guys are familiar with the Fortinet, so remember Fortinet, in Fortinet there is no zone concept. Okay, in Fortinet we can go with the incoming interface and outgoing interface, right?
sir.
In Fortinet we have a concept of zone. Sorry, we have a concept of interface. Okay, clear this basic option, everyone.
Sir.
Jagdish, any question?
No.
Sandeep, Ganyu.
No, sir.
Okay, now let's talk about initial configuration. So if I have a Palo Alto firewall device, Palo Alto firewall box. So port number 1, let's take example. This port is a port number 1, and I'm using not port number 1, it's a management port. On Palo Alto firewall box, you will get a dedicated management port. With this management port, you can connect your management PC. By default, we have an IP address onto this port. It's called 192.168.1.1. Same series of IP we can configure onto this management PC. And by default, I told you in previous session, by default on management port, these services are enabled. Ping, HTTPS, and SSH. These services are enabled by default. So from this management PC, you can check your connectivity. You can access this complete firewall box with graphical page, or you can go with the CLI option. Default username on Palo Alto firewall box is admin, and password is admin. So let me show you. I have a small topology. Let me show you this basic configuration. I have a small topology right now. One Palo Alto firewall. Let's wait. You don't have this topology, for example. We don't know. We have a small topology. We have a small topology. One Palo Alto firewall device and one management PC. We have only 2 devices for basic configuration. One Palo Alto firewall and one management PC. So you can go with the CLI console. Right now, I'm taking CLI console. Now, see, username I told you, username is admin, and password is admin. You can press enter. Now you are in Palo Alto firewall box. See, this is Palo Alto firewall box console page. Palo Alto firewall console page. Now, if you go and check, for example, I'm using show interface management command. With show interface management command, you can get IP address information on your management port. So right now you can see IP address is unknown, net mask is unknown, default gateway is not available, IPv6 is unknown. So right now there is no any IP address on this management port. But by default, if you by default we have IP address 192.168.1.1. But if you don't have, so no problem, you can configure. I can show you how to configure IP address on management port manually, no problem. But If you have IP address, so same series of IP you can configure onto this management PC, and you can access. So right now we don't have it. Right now we don't have any IP address. So let's configure now manually. So for configuration, you can use configure command. Press enter. So now we are in configuration mode. We are in configuration mode here. Here we can use set device config system type static. Why static? Because by default, DHCP service is enabled onto this port, onto this management port. By default, DHCP service is enabled. We are trying to configure IP address statically, so that's why I'm using static option. So static, now you can press enter. So this is the mode. I want to configure IP address statically onto this management port. Now, command is set device config system IP address 199.199.199.1 as per our topology. As per our topology, I'm using 199 series of IP. 199 series. So 199.199.199.1 net mask. So I'm using 255.255.255.0. Press enter. Done. Done. Your configuration. But remember always, whenever you configure anything, and if you want to live your configuration, right now this configuration is not live. Okay, if you want to live your configuration or if you want to save your configuration, so you can use commit command. If you guys are familiar with the Juniper devices, so we have commit option. In Fortinet, if you want to save your configuration, if you want to live your configuration, so you can use in the command. In Cisco, we have WR, right, to save our configuration. In Palo Alto, you can go with the commit command. You can press enter. So this commit command will save your configuration, will live your configuration. Please wait. This will take time. So this will take time. So let's go on to the management PC, and I'm trying to configure same series of IP onto this management PC. Wait. So let me check IP address here. IP config. So I'm using 199.199.199. So same series of IP address I'm using, no problem. Okay, you can go and check onto your Palo Alto firewall box. You can see here your configuration option. See, 100% is completed. Configuration committed successfully, so there is no any error, there is no any problem. Now I can verify my IP address on management port. So show interface management. So this time you can verify here. This time you can verify we have IP address 199.199.199.1. Clear my point, everyone? Go ahead.
Yes.
Please.
Sir.
Okay, now I told you
Yes.
on management port. By default we have three services. By default, these three services are enabled: ping, HTTPS, and SSH. So I'm trying to ping first. From this management PC, I'm trying to ping my firewall device 199.199.199.1, and I'm getting reply. See, if I'm getting reply, so I can open any browser. And IP address I'm using HTTPS. IP address I'm using 199.199.199. So you can type this IP address information into browser. I'm using Google Chrome. You can use any browser, no problem. Now you can click on advanced, click on proceed. So this is your graphical page. You can say this is your login page. Username, we have admin and password. Admin. We are getting a message here. We are getting a message. What? It's a warning page. Your device is still configured with the default admin account credential. So we are getting a warning page, okay? You are trying to log in with the default admin account and password. Try to change the password. So we can change later, no problem. But you can click on OK right now. Okay, so this graphical page will take time. So let's move on to the CLI console. So here, what we can do? If you want to restart your firewall device, Palo Alto firewall box, so you can use request shutdown. You can request shutdown system. You can press enter. I'm not trying to shut down my firewall box, but I'm giving you idea about command. Request shutdown system to shut down your Palo Alto firewall box. If you want to restart, so request restart system. You can press enter. You can restart your firewall box. If you want to go for default factory reset, so you can use request system private data reset. If you want to reset your Palo Alto firewall box, you can use this command, request system private data reset command. Okay, you can press enter. If we ask yes or no, you can type yes. This will restart your firewall box and erase all the configuration. So you can go with the system request system private data reset command. I'm not using it, I'm giving you idea. You can use this command in your practical scenario, because this will take time. If you reset, if you restart, so Palo Alto will take 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so now let's move on to the graphical page. So here we have 9.0 operating system, but I will teach you on 10.x. Okay, don't worry. Okay, I have a separate topology for on 10.0, no problem. But for basic idea, I'm using 9.0. So Fan OS, I'm using 9.x operating system. And you can see onto this graphical page, we have multiple options: dashboard, ACC, monitor, policy, object, network, devices. Multiple options are there. Let's start our discussion with dashboard, for example. Dashboard. So dashboard you can use for monitoring. Okay, you can use for monitoring. For example, see, this is your dashboard. This is what your dashboard. This is your complete dashboard. So you can see on dashboard, you can verify first general information. What is general information? So you can get an idea about your Palo Alto firewall box, like host name, IP address on management port, PAN OS version, okay, software version, application version, okay, license information, uptime. So you can get detailed information. You can see, for example, device name is PAVM. So PAVM firewall box management IP address is 199.199.199.1 mask. There's no gateway right now. We can configure later, but there's no gateway for this management port. IP address, IPv6 is unknown. Model is PAVM. Serial number is unknown. CPU ID. License is none. KVM. Software version, we are working with 9.0, but I will teach you other configuration. I will teach you on 10.x operating system. Application version, URL filtering version, uptime or date, you can verify here. See guys, same information you can verify through CLI console. Same information. See, show system info. If you go with the source system info, see, we have the same information. Let me show you. We have same information. device name, IP address, mask, default gateway. So either you can go with the graphical page or you can go with the CLI option. In our training, our focus is on graphical configuration, because why we are using Palo Alto, Checkpoint, or Fortinet, these firewall blocks, because we can manage these devices with graphical page. We can manage, we can monitor traffic, we can troubleshoot with graphical page, no problem. So most of the configuration you can do with the graphical page. But if you want, so I can show you some configuration option with CLI, no problem. Hear my point, Jagdish?
Yes.
Ganyu, Rohan, Sandeep.
Yes.
Okay, now let's talk about other information on your dashboard. So system resources you can verify on dashboard. So management, CPU utilization, data plane CPU utilization you can verify. Logged in admins. So here you can get all administrator information. So admin is an admin from this IP address, and yes, we are accessing this Palo Alto firewall box from this 199.199.10. So you can get IP address information here through graphical page, session, and one through console. So let me show you. Same administrator is managing your Palo Alto firewall box with console. Now you can discuss, you can verify some other information like data logs not available right now, system logs information, system related logs, config logs you can verify here, logs information, ACC risk factor. So right now it's a new Palo Alto firewall box. That's why we have some limited information. Now if you want to add more information here on your dashboard, some other tabs, so you can click on here. For example, I want to verify top application. I want to verify top application, top high risk application information on dashboard. Can add interface related information I want to verify on dashboard, high availability information, or I want to verify threat log information, URL filter log information. So you can add multiple information. Even you can arrange, for example, arrange here. So interface and high availability. I want here this site, set log I want to verify here. So you can arrange your tab, no problem. You can go with the layout. For example, right now we have 3 columns. You can go with the 2 column option. You can select 2 column option. By default, refresh rate for this page refresh rate is 5 minutes. But if you want to refresh your page manually, you can just click here. Okay. Now let's go with the device tab. If you click on device tab here, you click on device. So in device tab, you can click on in device tab. You can go with the setup, and here I'm here in management. In management, you can go with the general setting. So you can go with some general setting. For example, I want to change host name. I want to change time zone information, date information. So you can configure here. For example, Palo Alto firewall. Domain name is, for example, anything xyz.com, and login banner you can set, for example, welcome to Palo Alto training. Okay, time zone you can set, for example, Asia, Kolkata I'm using. You can select your time zone. You can click on OK. Whenever you change anything, I told you, whenever you change anything, For example, if you are here on CLI console, so you can type commit command. On graphical page, you can see this tab commit. Okay, can you hear me? Can you, Satish, Rohan, Sandeep?
Yes, yes.
On graphical page, you can get this information. See commit option. So whenever you change anything, you need to press commit button. You can click on commit. You can click on commit. So I'm trying to live my configuration. I'm trying to save my configuration. So you can see here. You can see in graphical page, operation information, status, result, progress, detail, and warning. So operation is what? Commit. This instruction is what? Commit. Status, right now it's active. Result, right now it's pending. Progress 55%, detail information. And if there is any warning about this configuration, so you will get, wait. Now, 99%, and now you can click on, if you want to close this commit status, no problem, you can click on close. If you click on close, for example, if you click on close, you can check here all the tasks, all your task information. See commit task. So operation is commit, status is completed, result is successful, there is no any warning. If you want to verify your host name information, see now Palo Alto Firewall. So Palo Alto Firewall. Now host name is changed. Now let's go on to the interface tab here. Here we have interface tab.
We can do the same task from the interface also, like command window command.
Interface configuration.
Yes. I'm saying like we can same task do in from the command.
Okay,
Window.
CLI, yes.
CLI mode, yes.
Absolutely, you can do this, no problem.
Yes.
But in real scenario, 95% configuration, you will go through the 90 to 95% configuration you can do with the graphical page.
Okay, so we prefer the graphical interface.
Exactly, yes.
For the Palo Alto.
Palo Alto, for Fortinet, for
Okay,
Checkpoint,
for
Cisco,
firewall.
yes,
Okay.
all the next generation firewalls.
Okay.
Okay, so now see here you can click on interface option, you can click on management. Let's start our discussion on Cisco FTD. I'm using same topology, guys. Right now we are working with single FTD device. We have a single FTD device, and to manage this device, we have to manage PC. Remember our previous topology. So this firewall device, this next generation firewall device, we are managing directly from this management PC. So wait, let me check in your session. Yeah. Okay, so we discussed our interface configuration and interface configuration, license information. Okay. So we can focus on basic introduction configuration on FTD. Okay, Narendra, Abraham. We can focus now again on basic configuration on Cisco FTD, like interface configuration, routing configuration, object configuration, and other information. So wait, from this management PC, I can ping. So I can open any browser here. HTTPS colon 199.199 I am using. Username is admin. Password is pass@123. Please wait, I'm doing basic configuration first. So DHCP is enabled onto this interface. No need to change anything right now. DNS. So 0/0 is connected with WAN side. So WAN portion, and 0/1 we are using as a LAN portion. So as per topology, 0/0 is connected with your public portion. 0/1 we are using as a LAN side interface. So click on next, because on 0/0, say 0/0 DSCP option is selected. DSCP option is selected for IP address configuration. So click on next. Cisco FTD device is very slow. Okay, if you compare with the other next generation firewall box, it's very slow. But the power it's give you is more.
Slow means for deploying the changes or
configuration. Yes, configuration. If you're configuring anything, you're trying to push any configuration.
okay.
See this message. It will take a few minutes. We work with Fortinet firewall box. Just click and done. That's it. So once you compare with the other next generation firewall box, guys, so the Cisco FTD or Cisco FMC, we have a slowness, you can say. Time zone we are using 5:30. Okay, so we are working in testing environment. So we are going with the 90 days evaluation period license. So This device we can use for 90 days. But in case if you have license, so you can paste your license information. But right now we are working with trial version device. Okay, let's click on close. So this is our graphical page. Wait, let's okay. Can we be arranged? Ibrahim,
Yes, sir.
everyone.
Yeah.
Let's discuss some configuration option in Cisco FTD device. So you can manage this Cisco FTD from this management PC directly, like Palo Alto. In case if you want to manage Palo Alto or Fortinet, so you can connect your Fortinet or Palo Alto directly with a PC. This is called management PC. You can open browser and you can manage your Fortinet device or your Palo Alto device. Same option we have in Cisco FTD. Right now we are managing through browser. So you can see guys, these are the options. What monitoring tab, policies, object. Remember our Cisco ASA firewall configuration. We can create object information. Remember we can create single IP address object. We can create range object, subnet object. Same option is available here in Cisco FTD because FTD or ASA or Fortinet or checkpoint or Palo Alto, these are called object-oriented firewall box. So we can create objects here, and these objects we can use in our configuration. So right now this is called, you can say it's called dashboard. So from here you can only view the configuration. View, see. For example, if you want to verify license information, so you can view the license information, view site-to-site VPN connection information, routing information, backup or restore, you can go with here. Updates for any signature. Updates you can click on here. For troubleshooting, we can use this tab. And in case if you want to go for the advanced configuration, so you can go with this tab option, Smart CLI. For device administration, we can go with this tab option. Let's start our discussion with interface. So you can select here your interface information. So we have we have right now gigabit 0/0/0/1, 2, and 3. Management port, we are using management port. This is called what? Management port. So we are accessing this pretty device with management port. Now, in case if you want to change anything in any interface, for example, on 0/1, you can click on edit and you can provide IP address information here. What we have, you can decide your interface name. It's just a name, Ibrahim. It's just a name. Okay, you can give any name here like trusted network or LAN network. By default, this name is selected as called insight. But you can choose any name. It's up to you because Cisco FTD is it's a zone-based file. So in case if you are working with any zone-based firewall, you need to define a zone name. So this is what just a name for this interface. You can say it's just a description. So I'm using inside, for example. Mode is rooted and IP address configuration. See, IPv4 address. You can configure here right now onto this interface 0/1. 0/1. I'm trying to configure 200 network. This IP address onto this 0/1. And this interface is selected what 0/1. So IP address configuration for IP version 4 configuration, you can get both options. You can go with the DSCP or you can go with the static option. For example, I'm trying to configure statically, so you can configure IP address information here. For example, 200.200.100. Now /24 I'm using. You can define your subnet mask information. You can click on it, but you can say this option DSCP service is enabled onto this particular port, onto this 0/1 by default. This server, and he's providing this series of IP address. If you want to change anything, you can click on edit, and you can change this range. For example, 0/1 is connected with a switch, and you want to provide IP address onto these machines through DSCP service. So you can enable DSCP service onto this particular port, and you can provide IP address. Clear my point? You can provide IP address information here. So you can change the range. For example, I want to use 200.50 to 265, 15 IP address. See, otherwise, in case if you want to delete, you don't want to use this DSCP service, you can click on OK, delete and click on OK. So I don't want to use DSCP service right now. I want to configure IP address information. That's it. Click on OK. If you click on OK, now this time you can see this option, this tab is highlighted. And please turn off your mic. This option is highlighted. Why? Because if you click here, you are getting some message. It's same like Palo Alto. In Palo Alto, whenever you click on OK, whenever you configure anything, click on OK. Then if you want to your configuration live, so you need to commit your changes. You need to commit your configuration. In Cisco FTD, whenever you change anything and click on OK, so this button is highlighted. And now see, if you click here, so we are getting message pending changes. Pending changes. So what pending? You can verify some information. DSCP service is deleted. So you need to change this configuration, and onto this interface, inside interface, you are trying to configure this IP address. So yes, I want to deploy this configuration. Right now, this configuration is available onto this browser only. It's not live in your Cisco FTD device. If you want to deploy this configuration, you can click on deploy now. Deployment is in a progress. So this is the option how to configure interfaces. Is that clear, Narendra? You can select Ibrahim, you can select your interface, you can define a name, and you can select your option. You can select your option for DSCP or you can go with the static IP address configuration. You can click on OK, this will take time. You can click on OK. And now you can see IP address information. Clear this task?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now in case if you want to configure any interface, just enable this interface status and click on edit. That's it. Click on edit. So now let's go on to the device again. Now, yes,
yes. Can you come at the inside interface?
Sorry?
Can you show the inside interface? Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
inside interface.
Let's say we want to create a sub interface. So
Voice is not clear. Can you please repeat your question? Then
yes, my question is about the sub interface. Can you hear me now?
Yes, Ibrahim. Now
yes. If I want to create another sub interface on the inside interface,
this is the
am I
option.
going to delete this one or it will remain?
You can create sub interfaces
without deleting the actual one.
You want to create sub interfaces, Ibrahim?
Yes, sub interface on the
that is your task.
/1.
Okay. See, this is the option. Let me show. You want to configure, you want to create sub interface. That's it, right?
Yes.
Okay. See, for example, here is you can expand. For example, let's take 0/1. So 0/1 you can click, and right now you can see some information. There is no sub interface defined onto this interface. Okay, why we are creating sub interfaces? Why we are creating sub interfaces? Maybe here we have a switch and multiple departments, like for example, marketing, sales, and HR. And for each VLAN, we need a separate gateway. We need separate gateway, but right now we have a gigabit 0/1. So it's a routing switching concept. Behalf of your single physical interface, you can create multiple logical sub-interfaces. Clear my point?
Yeah.
And for each VLAN, these sub-interfaces are acting as a gateway.
Yeah.
So this is the task. You can go onto the firewall box. You can say right now there is no sub-interface. For example, we are working with 0/. You can click onto this plus sign, and here you can select your interface. For example, we are working with inside. What is sub-interface thing? It's called LAN 10. It's called LAN 10. It's called VLAN 10, you can say. Now, see, you need to define your VLAN tag. Why? Why? Because you need to define this sub-interface is accepting this VLAN information. So VLAN tag you can add 10, and now you can configure address. For example, here we have 192.168.50.255.255.255.0. This is your sub-interface ID. It's called VLAN 10. Interface contain uppercases. Wait, guys.
Please.
Now you can see this option. We have a sub-interface this with dot. It's called 0/1.10. Clear my point?
Yes.
Let's create another sub-interface. For example, for VLAN 20. So again, we have the same interface. VLAN. It's called LAN 20. Now it's called VLAN 20 ID. Now IP address is static, so 192.168.60.1 for example. 255.255.255.0. Click on. Wait. Click on. Okay. So this configuration you need to push. You need to push into your FortiGate. Into your FTP. Clear now, my task? Ibrahim, clear now? Naren, clear now?
Yeah, it's clear now.
Okay. So right now, I don't want any sub-interfaces into this topology. So I'm trying to delete. Please wait. Okay, so let's go on to the device again. So here, this option, we can configure our interfaces. Now let's click on routing option. Routing option. So right now there is no any route is available in my routing table. And from here you can create an entry. From here you can create an entry. Create a static route or default route. So you can click on create new. And it's up to you. You want to configure static or default route for IP version 4 or for IP version 6, up to you. You can decide. For example, for IP version 4. So gateway, you need to define. So here it's a Cisco FTD. It's an object-oriented firewall. So we can create objects here, and these objects we can use in our configuration. So here we have option create a object. We are getting option is what? Create new network. So you can click on create new network. And from here you can create your network object. You can create your network object. So what we have, it's called outside -name. Just a name. Now, description you can say it's a WAN, and network is called 0.0.0. Any network with any mask. You can click on OK. Any network, you can click on invalid IP address. Okay, this is for static route. So let's use 100, for example, 100.100.100.0. Click on OK. So we can create this object, and now we can attach it. What is your exit interface? For example, exit interface is outside. You click here, you can click on OK. Clear now this option. I'm not configuring because here we have IP address, we are getting IP address from 0/0. We are getting IP address through DSCP, and it's automatically create a default route. So I'm not creating, but I'm giving you an idea how to create static default route. Is that clear? You can click on OK. You must enter value IP outside network. Now this is your entry for static route. I'm not going to save this configuration because right now we have a default route. Let me show you. If you click on interface, yes, we have IP address. We are getting IP address through DSCP. And if you verify him, default route, we have a default route towards ISP. Clear, Ibrahim? Narendra, my point.
Yes, sir.
Let's go on to the routing option. Again, view configurations. Here you can create an entry. You can click onto this plus sign. If you want to create a static entry, you can create from here. I'm not creating, I'm trying to delete right. Let's go on to the device. Okay, for updates, you can click on view configuration. For example, for geolocation update, for rules update, for database update, security maintenance, it's called SI feed update or system update. So we don't have a proper license, so we cannot update our device. We cannot download latest update signatures. But these are the options. You have proper license, so you can click on update. Click on update. It can fetch the information from Cisco website.
So what is the geolocation feedback? This update?
Geolocation information. Geolocation information. For example, then you want to block all the IP address from China, but you don't know the IP address. Okay? But here we have a predefined object in Cisco FTD. You can just select it. You can just select it. So geolocation is what? You can get all geolocation information. All geolocation information, country information, you can say. You want
okay,
to
so we can find this object of the all the IP of.
No need to find any object. It's already available in your FTD. Only you need to download the database from Cisco website.
Okay.
Here we have just click on update now. If you have proper license, you can click on update now, and it can download and store. For example, you want to block all the IP address from China. Okay, there are too much traffic is coming, but you don't know IP address series from China. So what you can do, you can just select your geolocation in your policy configuration. In your policy configuration, you can just select your geolocation information. For example, you can select your country information. Same option is available in all electrician firewalls. That is clear, my point?
So what if they're using a proxy?
Sorry?
You were telling right now that if we want to block an IP address from China, okay, we can use the geolocation. So what if there's a proxy from another country which is not China? So it will take a source IP address or a proxy IP address.
Let's take actual IP address in packet information. Let's take actual IP address, okay? Because INA is providing IP address, okay, all over the country. Okay, INA, Internet Assigned Number Authority. So your firewall has a database. Right? Firewall has, if you are coming with a proxy setting or anything, your firewall FTD can detect. Right?
Okay.
Your FTD can detect on behalf of your source IP address information. It can detect and can take action.
Okay.
Okay, now let's go on to the device again. Now, in case you want to go for backup and restore configuration, you can click on view configuration. So you can go with the recurring backup. You can set a time schedule. You can take manual backup. Or if you want to upload your backup configuration file, you can click on, for example, let's go with a manual backup. Backup now. So I'm giving a name, it's called init-backup. Init-backup. Click on backup now. So I'm trying to take a default configuration backup. This is a manual backup. This will take time, so you can go with the schedule backup. Here you can define date and time only. Schedule backup, for example, I want my configuration backup on every Monday. So, or you can define a date. For example, I want to take a backup on 26 onto this date and time, and click on schedule. Clear my point? It's a simple task.
Yes.
You can go with a manual backup. You can go with the schedule backup. Now here we have management in system setting. Let's go with the system setting option. In system setting, we can go with the management access. So right now we are using management interface. If you click on management interface here, so on management interface, these services are enabled. These services, HTTPS, SSH. This is for IP version 4, IP version 4. This is for IP version 6, IP version 6. If you want to add more services information here, you can click on plus sign. See SSH, HTTPS. If you want to allow a specific IP address, for example, if you want to allow only a specific machine, specific IP address can access this FTD device through HTTP or through SSH, you can. You need to create an object. For example, this is for LAN, this is for MGMT-PC. So only this machine can access 50 VI. So only this machine can access 199.50/52 single specific IPs. Only this specific IP host you can go. Only this specific IP address can manage this device. You can click on.
Can we define the ACL kind of thing here, sir? For let's say
it's not an ACL. Okay. Here you can define your IP address information. For example, you can define this specific subnet can access, or this specific IP address can access your Cisco FTD device. You can define here a trusted login.
Okay, so we can define the multiple subnet as well, right?
Yes, you can create multiple entry, no problem. Right now I'm trying to add. I'm going with the type option is for host. So 199.199.199.50.
Okay, got it. So if we click on the network, we can define the multiple network if required, or if on host we can define the multiple IPs.
You can get multiple entry in network. You can define multiple subnets, no problem.
Okay, got it.
So only this 50 now can access this FTD device. Only 50. So you can check here on this machine and click on look. We have a 50. Okay, let's change IP address here. For example, I'm trying to change IP address here. Properties, IPv4. IP address now it's 60. Click on OK. Click on close. You can check IP address information here now. It's called. It's 60 now. Wait. Device is unavailable. Okay, come on. That is the issue. Please wait. Disable for 5 minutes. Okay, please wait. Okay. PC 50. Click on OK. Click on OK. Now let's push this configuration. Deploy now. I'm trying to ping 199.199.199. trade. Please wait. Okay, there is no pending. So now I'm trying to close this browser. I'm trying to ping 199.199.100 again, and let's try to access 199.199.100. Okay, can access, but IP address is now changed. 60. Let me check, guys, some configuration mistake. So let's go to management access, management interface. So HTTPS entry. Wait, I'm creating a new entry. Okay, please wait. HTTPS management PC. Let me check object. 2 minutes. Okay, PC1 is a and okay, PC50 is also a it's a 68 address. And this machine PC1 object is called 55 first. So we have two objects. 55 can access and 50. Let's push this. This will take time, so let's go on to the object now again. Okay, let's go on to the device again. Management access, management interface, and now I'm trying to add this object. Clear? 50. Remember 50? This is the object name. Ibrahim.
Yeah.
Object user 50, but IP address is 199.199.199.60.
Yeah.
Click on OK. Let's push this configuration also. One is in pending, so please wait. Deployment is in progress. Okay, now let's deploy our latest configuration. So now I'm trying to ping again 199.199.100. Let's Okay, I'm trying to access again. Okay, prime range.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Management PC 50 with 60 IP. Narendra, can you hear me? Ibrahim, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Yes.
Hey guys, see. Please verify this configuration. In management access, this management PC is allowed to access, right? If you go and verify an object, so PC 50 object name is what? IP address is what? 60. So if I'm trying to ping from 60, if I'm trying to access right now, see IP config, so I have 60 IP address and I can access. Now let's change IP address information. For example, IP address now I'm using 75. Click on OK. Click on close. Let's verify IP address information here. It's a 75. Let's close this browser. And now I'm trying to access again. 199.199.19. Maybe it's coming from caching. Please wait. Let's try to access with any other browser. HTTPS colon colon 199.199.100. Wait, I can access. Why am I accessing it? Let me check my configuration. Please wait. 199, 199. Management access. HTTPS is allowed. Okay. I need to delete this any IP version 4. Narendra,
Yeah.
I need to delete this information, please. Because right now, see, it's matching this option. Not available. So we go and check into the next one.
It went to next line and it was allowed.
So wait, let me delete this. This time I'm trying to access same IP address 199.199.199.100. Abraham, great.
Yeah.
Trying and I'm facing problems. See, right now I'm facing problem. I cannot access.
So this on the FTT, sir, it will be logged that some
yes,
unknown
you
IP
can
was.
yes, you can get the information. Now, but right now you can see, guys, 199, 199, 199, 75 IP address I'm using, and he's not allowed to access.
Yeah.
As per our configuration, only 60 is allowed to access. So let's change IP address information here. 60. We close, and I'm trying to close this. IP config again 60 we have, and I'm trying to access. 199. I'm trying to access HTTPS 199, 199. This time I can access, right, everyone?
Yes, sir.
This time I can access. The username is admin and password is admin. We are using. Ibrahim, let's take a break for 10 minutes, everyone. Okay?
Sure, sir.
10 minutes, then we can continue.
Sure.
We can continue 125. Please turn off your mic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me? Ibrahim, range, Ibrahim.
Yes, I can hear.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's continue our topic. So,
Okay.
management access is clear. We can define our services. And we can define a trusted host or trusted network. Now, let's go on to the device again. So in system setting, let's talk about logging settings. Let's call logs messages. So right now, see, you have two options in log setting. First, you can enable diagnose log setting. You can enable this option. Then you can decide syslog filter log or console filter log. So which log you want to send on your device? For example, I want to send all my logs on syslog server. My organization, I have a syslog server. I want to send all my logs my syslog server. So you can add your syslog server information and you can filter your severity level. Remember in syslog we have severity level. Severity level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, we have these information. Which type of log you want to send on the syslog server? For example, debug information. And you can click on plus sign. You can add your syslog server information. So right now, this management PC is acting as a syslog server. Wait, let me show you. I'm using an application, TFTP. I'm using this application, small application for TFTP servers. So wait, IP address 60 and syslog. So we can send all our logs here onto this TFTP server. TFTP application is installed onto this machine. So let's go on to the FTD device and you can add syslog server information. So I'm giving a name is called SRP-1. You can say syslog -server. Port number, you can decide port number TCP or UDP. You can decide, for example, okay, data interface. So this syslog server is connected with management function. In case your syslog server is available here on your LAN side, for example, here on your LAN side. So you can define your information. Any question?
Yes. Recommendation wise, what is recommended?
Management. You need to put your syslog server, SNMP server on your management side.
Management side.
Always.
All right.
But my point is what, Ibrahim, in case if you have your syslog server on your LAN side or SNMP server on your LAN side, so you can define your interfaces. So right now, my syslog server is available on data interfaces called management interface, or you can select here management interface information. Management.
Okay.
Now you can define port number, any port number. You can click on OK. Wait, let's give a name. Oh, sorry, it's the IP address. So 199.199.60. 60 we use now. And syslog port number. Let's search syslog port number, or you can use email.
So is that the same with NECMs like QRadar, Splunk?
See, right now for this testing scenario, I'm using this small syslog application. Okay.
Yes.
Now, in your real scenario, it's up to you. You can download, install, or you can purchase any syslog application, KB, okay, MRDG, BRDG, HP, OpenView, any syslog server.
Okay.
Right now, in this testing scenario, I'm using this TFTP60. Clear my point?
Yes.
Syslog now. So IP address information and port number is, wait, let me search port number again. 514. Let's go with the default port number 514. You can click on OK. You can select this option. You can click on OK. And now I'm trying to push my configuration in Cisco FTP. This is the information. This is the information you are trying to push. Click on deploy. So we can send all our logs onto the syslog. So you can get some log information here. Please wait. And I'm using debugging log. Okay, you can select any one. Debugging, information, critical, crash. Narendra, any problem?
No, sir. No, sir.
Where is the information? 2 minutes. Push into the. Is there any error or something? Count detail. Let's go on to the again device.